Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Have you ever wondered why scholars like Mufti Menk warn us about something as simple as where we leave our shoes? It may seem like a small everyday habit, but in Islam, even small actions carry deep spiritual meaning. Many of us leave our shoes at random spots, near the bathroom, outside our rooms, or close to where we pray, without realizing that such carelessness can lead to impurity, disturbance, and even Allah's displeasure. In today's video, we'll uncover 6 powerful warnings from Allah that every Muslim should know before leaving their shoes anywhere. These reminders aren't just about hygiene. They are lessons about discipline, respect, and spiritual protection. Stay with me till the end, as you might discover that this small habit could be affecting your home's peace and your connection with Allah in ways you never imagined. 1. Importance of cleanliness in Islam. Cleanliness holds a deeply spiritual value in Islam. It is not merely about outward appearance, but a reflection of inner purity and discipline. Allah repeatedly emphasizes in the Quran that He loves those who keep themselves pure. Every act of worship, including salah, begins with physical cleanliness, through wudu and the removal of impurities from our body, clothes, and surroundings. This foundation shows that a believer's connection with Allah is tied closely to cleanliness. When we leave our shoes carelessly around the house or near clean areas, we often forget that they carry dust, bacteria, and sometimes traces of impurity from outside. Bringing them into pure spaces, especially near prayer areas, goes against the very principles Islam teaches about tahara, purification. Even the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was meticulous about where he placed his shoes and maintained cleanliness in every part of his environment. Thus, cleanliness is not optional. It's a form of worship. By keeping our shoes in designated clean spots, we protect not just physical hygiene, but also our spiritual well-being. A clean space invites Allah's mercy, while negligence in cleanliness can block barakah and blessings from entering our homes. 2. Shoes near prayer areas. Leaving shoes near prayer areas or places where salah is performed shows a lack of mindfulness toward the sanctity of worship. The area where we pray is meant to be pure, a place where angels descend and Allah's mercy flows. When shoes, which often carry dust and impurities from outside, are left close to this sacred space, it compromises both its cleanliness and spiritual atmosphere. Islam teaches us to honor every place where Allah's name is mentioned, and part of that respect is maintaining its purity. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his companions were extremely careful about the spaces where they prayed. Even when praying outdoors, they ensured that the ground was clean. Shoes were removed and placed neatly at a distance, away from the prayer mat or musalla. Unfortunately, many people today neglect this sunnah, leaving shoes right beside where they pray, sometimes even touching the mat. This carelessness can make the place impure and distract others during prayer. By keeping shoes well away from prayer areas, we demonstrate our respect for Allah's house and our understanding of sacred boundaries. It's a small act that reflects great adab, manners, and strengthens our relationship with Allah through cleanliness and reverence. 3. Shoes near the bathroom or unclean places. Leaving shoes near the bathroom or other unclean areas goes against the etiquette of purity that Islam encourages. Bathrooms are considered places where impurities exist, and unseen beings like jinn are often present there, as mentioned in several authentic narrations. When shoes are left close to such areas, they can easily come in contact with impurities, moisture, or unpleasant odors transferring uncleanliness into other parts of the home, especially if worn again without attention. Islam teaches us to separate what is clean from what is unclean. This extends beyond personal hygiene to our surroundings as well. Shoes should have a designated clean space, away from bathrooms, drains, and trash areas. By doing so, we prevent impurity from spreading and maintain a hygienic environment for the family. Moreover, neglecting this habit can cause harm that goes beyond physical dirt. Some scholars explain that jinn are attracted to impure, neglected spaces. Leaving belongings like shoes in such places might invite disturbances or spiritual discomfort. Maintaining distance between shoes and unclean areas is therefore both a practical and spiritual precaution. It reflects awareness, discipline, and obedience to Allah's command to live in purity, inwardly and outwardly. 4. Jinn and impure areas. In Islamic teachings, it is mentioned that jinn often inhabit filthy, dark, or neglected places, such as bathrooms, garbage areas, or damp corners. These unseen creations of Allah share the earth with humans, and while most remain unseen and harmless, some can cause disturbance when disrespected or provoked. Leaving shoes in such impure or abandoned spots can unintentionally invite their presence or interaction, especially if those areas are not kept clean or frequently visited. Shoes, being items we use daily, can become a point of contact for impurity or spiritual disturbance if placed carelessly. Scholars often advise Muslims to avoid leaving personal belongings, especially shoes and clothes, in unclean or dark corners overnight. It's a simple precaution, rooted in awareness of the unseen world that Islam acknowledges. Moreover, the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, taught us to seek Allah's protection when entering places like bathrooms, saying, Bismillah, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubthi wal-khaba'ith, a supplication asking safety from male and female jinn. This shows the importance of guarding ourselves and our possessions from impurity and unseen harm. Keeping shoes away from such areas is not superstition. It's a practice of wisdom, cleanliness, and spiritual caution. 5. Discipline and order. Taught by Islam. Islam is a religion of order, balance, and discipline in every aspect of life, from how we pray to how we live our daily routines. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, exemplified perfect organization, teaching that even simple habits like eating, dressing, and keeping our surroundings tidy reflect a believer's character. Placing shoes properly and maintaining order in our environment may seem minor, but it's actually a form of adab, good manners, that reflects inner discipline. When shoes are left scattered at entrances, outside masjids, or in public spaces, it creates clutter and inconvenience for others. Such behavior goes against the Islamic principle of ihsan, doing everything with excellence and consideration. A disciplined Muslim ensures that his actions, even small ones, do not cause harm or discomfort to anyone. Keeping shoes neatly arranged also teaches humility and responsibility. It trains the mind to be mindful of one's actions and surroundings, which in turn strengthens spiritual awareness. When a person maintains order in small matters, it reflects a heart that values respect and cleanliness, both beloved qualities in the sight of Allah. Thus, organization in daily habits, including where we place our shoes, becomes a reflection of true Islamic discipline. 6. Following the Sunnah of cleanliness. Cleanliness is not just a personal preference in Islam. It is part of the Sunnah and an act of obedience to Allah. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam lived a life of purity in every sense. His companions narrated countless examples of how he kept his clothes, home, and surroundings clean, even in simple matters, like washing his hands before and after eating or keeping his shoes in order. Following this sunnah is a way of bringing barakah, blessing, into our lives and homes. When a believer practices cleanliness, they are reviving a beautiful sunnah that strengthens their spiritual connection. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "Cleanliness is half of faith." Sahih Muslim. This hadith reminds us that physical cleanliness leads to spiritual clarity. Placing shoes neatly, washing them when dirty, and avoiding unclean areas for storage are all small yet meaningful ways to live by the Prophet's example. Moreover, living according to the Sunnah reflects gratitude toward Allah for the blessings He has given. A clean environment nurtures a peaceful mind and a heart ready for worship. Every time we act upon the Sunnah, even through simple habits like keeping our shoes clean and in place, we earn reward and bring ourselves closer to Allah. Subhanallah, my dear brothers and sisters, even something as simple as where we place our shoes carries lessons of faith, respect, and spiritual awareness. Islam teaches us that purity and discipline reflect our devotion to Allah. So, let's make a conscious effort to follow these reminders in our daily lives. If you found this video beneficial, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Internal Deen for more Islamic reminders. Comment below. Ya Allah, keep my home and heart pure. May Allah protect us from harm, bless our homes with peace, and guide us always. Ameen.